We are back here for Period 3, Game 1 of our Dave Gardner tribute here, our Dave Gardner Classic. Our congratulations on 1,000 subs, Dave Gardner, and also should throw in there as well a belated congratulations on 1,000 subs to Ron Juckett. This is somewhat similar to what I did a little while ago for Al Red Sox Fan, where I had the two-part classic with the 83 Boston Bruins actually for another game. Mike Owens Quick Play Pro Hockey up against the 1987 Hartford Whalers. This one here, the 71 Bruins up against the 83 Bruins. And I might just continue this one in progress because I don't want this video to be too overly long. So I'm trying to remember what I said in the first take. I just had the camera disabled by a message from our local health authority warning us about the Corona Delta spread, and for us to keep out of certain locations, and if we have been in certain locations, to go in and get tested, locations that we have not been in. So okay, so again, after two periods, I guess, because if I just leave that video, the first video for this, if I just leave that out entirely, it was Phil Esposito scoring. At some point in period one, Boston was in a 5-minute power play. If you can believe it, Mad Mikey or Mike Milbury went to the box for a handful. 5-minute major. Phil Esposito scored toward the tail end of that power play from Dallas Smith and Fred Stanfield. I do things a little differently. I mix and match a little bit on the power plays to get some guys assisting on goals that wouldn't and couldn't normally, because it's a power play. It's just how I do it. I play the way I play. And in the second period, tying the game actually was Peter McNabb. It was about 15. It was 15-20 actually. I'm not keeping track on a score sheet. I've just been announcing things, but again, I'm probably just going to leave that the first couple of periods in the cutting room floor here. So I'm just trying to circle back and recap, and also just mention that again, this is a Dave Gardner Classic. Dave, I'm not trying to piggyback on your. I heard you I watched your 1,000 subs video this morning when I got up, and definitely not trying to piggyback on what you said there. I know that you said that you wanted to do something involving shootout hockey and also the Boston Bruins. This is an idea that I've had kicking around in my head actually for probably months now. I even left a comment to you a while ago about that I was going to do a Gardner Classic similar to the Al Red Sox Fan Classic that I did. And so I wanted to do something where it was impossible for Boston to lose. I also heard that you said you were going to do something 76-77 Boston shootout, and you normally plug in when you play shootout as well. So this is a little bit different. And so anyway, again, good game so far. 1-1 after two. I started to say there, McNabb, he scored about 3/4 of the way through period two. That goal was actually assisted by Mike Milbury, and then also Keith Crowder, who plays in McNabb's line. So we have a 1-1 game here after two. Eddie Johnston got the start here for the 71 Bruins. He's since gone a little cold here, courtesy of a rare play earlier in the game. And Pete Peters got the start for the 83 Bruins. I've actually already flipped it out for both games, so actually Johnston is also slated to start game two. But should he perform poorly here, or maybe even if he gets a loss, I might just go to Cheevers for the second of the two games here to spice it up. This kind of similar to, let's say, playoffs in the NHL in the opening round in the 1920s. This is going to be a two games. You can't really say a best of two, but two games, most goals scored or least goals allowed, ends up winning. Whoever has the most goals after two games will win the series. So it favors Boston slightly, but the Bruins, as fantastic as the record was in 1971 there, 57-14-7 as it has printed there on the bottom of the card. They won 57 out of 78 games, but of their 21. Do I have that right? No, of their 14 losses that they would have had, I think I said 21 in the take actually. I'm not going to upload now. Probably among those 14 losses would have been at least a team or two that weren't quite the quality of the 83 Boston Bruins installment. So again, I mean, it's 1-1 after 40. They are capable of not winning this. Is I guess what I'm trying to say here. So anyway, it's let's get things going here for period three. So we're going to take two. Actually, also, too, toward the end of the period, there was a penalty to the 71 Bruins and a penalty to the 83 Bruins as well. So this first minute here is supposed to be 5-on-5, or even strength, and then it will be 5-on-4 for the second minute. But here in the opening minute, we get looks to be another penalty. So Boston 71, the 71 Bruins, I should call them the 71 Bruins, could go up here 5-on-3. There's another penalty to away. Okay, so. But wait, I have to check here to see. Let's see, WY2. So there is going to be another penalty here to the Bruins from 82-83. So that, let's see here, the second minute of the period, we're looking at 5-3, and then for the ensuing minute, it will be 5-4. Here, 5-3 with the 33, that's going to be good for a scoring chance here for the 71 Boston Bruins. Phil Esposito looking to add another goal. He scored the first one. Esposito has it here in the faceoff circle in the power play, and indeed, he's done it. It's Phil Esposito 2, 83 Bruins 1, and the exact time of the goal, let's take the 59 seconds, I guess. I'm going to say at a minute 59, and because I look at what's transpired up to the minute, 4 bench in D2, I'm going to say line 1 in D2. R5, that's Esposito himself, no one on D2 there. And then the 6, also Esposito himself. Would he have it on a... I suppose, I mean, maybe somebody from this team, they grabbed a hold of the puck, but Esposito, from the net front was able to wrangle it away, I guess, from the 83 Bruins defense and, collect a garbage goal, Phil Esposito style. So let's just say Esposito unassisted. This is just in good fun anyway. This isn't for part of a larger project. Minute 59 here into the second period. And let's see where that gets a little tricky. That will negate one of the Bruins. I believe they still have another minute 5-4. I think that I'm supposed to consider this to having occurred just before, because again, they had 2 players in the box. So I think here another minute of 5-4. And for that other minute of 5-4, this definitely could have implications in the end outcome, because Boston is going to have another scoring chance here. It's going to be Ken Hodge this time in the power play. Hodge from the slot on the power play, and this game could be over right here and there. Right here, early in period 3. It is 3-1 for Boston. This goal scored at 2 minutes and 28 seconds, so 29 seconds after Phil put the Bruins ahead by a goal. And I'm looking to L3D2, but actually I'm going to look to L1D2 here. So the D2 will give Don Orey the assist, and it says line. So I'm going to say Green and Orey, actually, and Hodge will say it was the tail end of a power play. Maybe not your most likely defense pairing to figure into assist on power play goals. But again, this is all in good fun anyway. So 3 more coming off the clock here. We're up to minute 6 here of period 3 with the 34. No scoring chance either way. And just past minute 8 here. And 7, that's going to be the Bruins here looking to go ahead by 3. The 71 Bruins, I should say. Anyway, Ken Hodge here with the scoring chance. Hodge looking to add his second and match Esposito's totals. From the face-off circle, and look at that. Ken Hodge has made it here. 4-1 here for the 71 Bruins. It's a shame, actually, that first part got cut off, because this was a tight, tense game through 40. It's been all 71 Bruins ever since. And let's see here. So assisting on Hodge's goal, I looked at 51. I'm going to say it's 7:51. Looked at L1D1. So Phil Esposito getting the primary assist, and then Wayne Cashman with the secondary. Hodge from Esposito and Cashman. Esposito looking at a 3-point night now, and the time of the goal was 7:51. Okay, 2 more off the clock here, just past minute 10. This time, once again, with a scoring chance for the 71 Bruins, trying to make a statement, actually, before the game goes back to 1971. Travel through time. And anyway, scoring chance. It's going to be Esposito looking for the hat trick. Esposito from the blue line this time, unable to score from afar. So, 3 more off the clock now. Minute 13. There's going to be a scoring chance here for the 83 Boston Bruins, not giving up. Player H, that's Bruce Crowder in the second line. Crowder has it at the blue line. He doesn't score from there. So, no, actually, we remain in the same minute, 73, though that's not a chance. 2 more minutes coming off the clock here. So, into minute 15 here with the 20, that's a chance for the 71 Bruins. This time it's player G, Derek Sanderson on line 3. Sanderson from the face-off circle. He doesn't score. Another 3 minutes off the clock here. 2 minutes to go in the contest. You're down by 3. You're not pulling Pete Peters. With a penalty here, actually, let's see here. Penalty to away. So I look at SC3. Mike Walton going to the box for at least a second or third time in the game. Possibly it's Fred Stanfield this time instead. So here, the final couple of minutes, I mean, I guess I'm just going to, again, I haven't played this game in a while now, so I'm going to pull, maybe treat it as like a 5-on-3, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Anyway, here. So the first minute anyway, that's going to be a shorthanded chance. So we'll say that Peters hurries back into his crease, and that shorthanded chance going to Phil Esposito. He wouldn't have been in the box. He's a Y. So Esposito here shorthanded, and look at that, a goal for Phil Esposito. Okay, so 5-1 here for Boston. Esposito adding the shorty. Let's get the exact time. The goal, 18:47 it came at. And look to L2D1, so look to L1D1 Esposito from himself. And I don't know what to do with the line thing here. Let's have a second flip here. Right defenseman Dallas Smith. So I'm just denying Bobby Orr there, just barely the assist. We'll say Orr's had a good game though anyway, had an impact in it even if he doesn't have a point. And this game's over. I mean, I suppose I could look. Yes, there was a penalty. I should actually. Who am I kidding? So the scoring chance here in the final minute, it's still over. But player M here with the scoring chance on the power play, Rick Middleton. Well, Middleton on a power play. Middleton here in the slot. Okay, and so he's done something. He's restored some, I don't know, faith is too strong a word, but he's done something for the 83 Bruins late, has Rick Middleton. Here specifically at 1950, I guess. And, sorry, I'm supposed to look there, L1D1. Okay, a bit rusty. 6, there are no 6s. Right wing, that is Middleton himself. Let's see, right defenseman, Mike O'Connell, Middleton from Mike O'Connell, and Barry Peterson. That makes sense to me. Here with 10 seconds to go. If this is not a 0 minute, which it is not, so I mean, I could allow another scoring chance for the Boston Bruins here, which I don't know, would have been player F had I allowed that scoring chance. Would have been from the blue line in the power play had I allowed it. Would have been a goal. And you know what? Yeah, no, this game 1 is done. It feels done. It doesn't feel like McNabb has scored here to make it 5-3 at the tail end here of the third period. But hypothetically, had Peter McNabb done that, somehow scored twice in the final 10 seconds that I adjusted for time, he would have scored the goal. Yeah, blue line and then goal. He would have scored it from, let's see here, L1D2, so L3D2 instead, from Keith Crowder. And the time, is that? No, that's 31. So 31 and then 50 from Crowder and Crowder again. And left wing Craig McTavish, sure, in the power play, why not? Here at 1950. And then we get a 0 minute. And 18, so we get a scoring chance back the other way for Boston. I'm just being ridiculous now. Phil Esposito, he's not going to score, and that's not a 0 minute. So there you go. Just in case you are a huge fan of the 1983 Boston Bruins, which wouldn't be all that surprising, somehow Peter McNabb was able to bend the time warp there a little and actually make it a 5-3 game, which could, I could have just cheated the 71 Boston Bruins out of something going into game 2 here because, I don't know, if the 83 Bruins get a win by 3, then maybe this will be a little controversial, but we'll see. I'm going to pause and shuffle and come back with game 2. Okay, we're back for game 2, and again, Dave, congratulations. It goes, congratulations on 1,000 subs. And of course, as I was shuffling and I was thinking about what I wanted to say, it all came to me easily. And now that the camera's turned on, it's like, congratulations. But no, it's very well. If I haven't said it already, because again, also there was the initial take that was disrupted by a message from our local health authority. But it's very well deserved. I think I said that actually in the comment on the your 1,000 subs video. But it is, it's well deserved. And yeah, here's to 1,000 more, I guess, and beyond. So anyway, we have game 2 here. Again, this is our Dave Gardner tribute, Dave Gardner Classic. It's going to be the 83 Bruins this time on the road up against the 71 Bruins at home. And these, by the way, I didn't mention this off the top, and I should as well. Shout out to Shootout, because this is like the game Mike Owens Quick Play Pro Hockey. Shootout has a really good I would call it the normalization is what Mike Owens calls it. Michael Owens, I think Keith calls him Michael Owens in the play videos. Anyway, let me know. Michael. But the great teams of the past here that John K does for Shootout, very similar. It allows you to match teams across eras and ways that it works out well, I guess. So anyway, we're going to start things off here. How am I going to do this? I'm just figuring this out. I might just go all the way across here with let's do the long flip. Okay. Anyway, off the opening draw, it's just going to be 1 minute. We're going to proceed with 1 minute here. We're going to get a penalty, actually, to the 83 Bruins possibly here early on. And it could even be a penalty B. Mad Mike, what have you done? Z3, you know what? They avoid the penalty. I want to play. I don't want to do too many major penalties anyway. So we get 2 minutes now. Scoring chance here, penalty home this time. So much for wanting to avoid penalties. VZ2, let's see here. VZ2, you've got some Vs there. G. Ace Bailey. to the box, and or possibly also Rick Smith, among others. It'd just be the one. I know how shootout works, but just saying, I like to speculate on maybe it was Wayne Carlton. So it's going to be actually the 83 Bruins here, up 5-on-4 for 2 minutes or less. 41, they need 32 or lower to get a chance here in the power play, which they will get here in the second minute here. So let's see, it's going to be player C, Keith Crowder. Crowder has it just at the blue line in the power play, and it's going to be up to Eddie Johnston to make a big save here. Johnston, who got called in the opening game, but he surrendered a couple actually late. So Johnston, I'm looking to the 8, 5 to 9 and 12. Johnston has done it. He's made a big stop. We play on here. We've killed the power play, or by we I mean the 71 Bruins have. So just past 5 minutes here, 39. There's no chance. 3 more minutes come off the clock here. Just past minute 8, 43. There could be a penalty to the 83 Boston Bruins here. And I'm looking to VZ2 on their card now. VZ2, so it's going to be Mike O'Connell, at least, possibly Terry O'Reilly going to the box for a pair. So let's see, and there's going to be a shorthanded chance here, minute 9. That's going to be player A. Player A is Rick Middleton. Rick Middleton here shorthanded, and he doesn't, because I just look at the first one because they're all from the blue line. Maybe I said that in the take that not going to end up uploading. Anyway, it's not really a take. It's just that, I was 2 periods into game 1 and then it got cut off. So hopefully that doesn't happen again here. I might just say this wasn't meant to be, given how fired as Tuck I am also. So we advance another minute here with the 35. So it looks like the 83 Bruins have successfully killed 3 more off the clock with the 61. No chance there either way. And just into minute 14 here with the 25, again, there is no chance. But we stay in the same minute and 27. So once again, we remain chanceless here. 3 more minutes come off the clock. And 64, no scoring chance here either way either. So 2 more minutes come off the clock. And let's see here. We're winding down the first period here. And yeah, that's not a 0 minute, so that's that flips us into intermission. Actually, again, it's how I play it. I might play it a little differently than how it is written out in the rules. Anyway, so after 1 period, it's scoreless here in game 2. And remember, Boston won game 1 by a score of 5-3, meaning that in order to even finish this best of 2 games, most goals scored or least goals allowed, with a tie, the 83 Boston Bruins would have to win here by a pair. So, be right back. So back into period 2 here of what I've decided I'm going to call the Dave Gardner Tribute and not the Dave Gardner Classic. I think Tribute is more fitting here actually for this one. The Al Red Sox Fan Classic was a fun thing to do because it was a way to break up a project, a longer project that I was doing. And of course, like the actual NHL season, they have a Winter Classic and the Stadium Series or whatever. That's kind of like a classic too. So it was fun to have the Al Red Sox Fan Classic there in the middle. This one here is the Dave Gardner Tribute. The once again, if I haven't said it enough already, congratulations on 1,000 subs, Dave Gardner, and many more to come in the future. And there are things that I want to say, but I'm tired right now, so I would do my best just not to talk my way into a tangled up mess and just flip forward here in this one. But congratulations, really, what else needs to be said other than that, right? Just keep it simple here, short and sweet. Anyway, 3 minutes into the second period here, we were scoreless after 1, and much like the first period, it looks like we're going to flip our way into some penalties early. The SC3, goodness, did I even shuffle these? So it's going to be Craig McTavish here, I guess, being sent to the sim bin for a pair, if not Ray Borker or Brad Palmer. So 71 Bruins in the power play here. That's a dangerous proposition here if you're trying to keep the game scoreless. And sure enough, in the opening minute here, if the 71 Bruins power play, we get a scoring chance. Player on the power play here for Boston is Johnny McKenzie there on line 2. Pie McKenzie. McKenzie has it in the slot in the power play. And that's just a recipe for disaster if you're the 83 Boston Bruins. John McKenzie has scored here in the power play and open up the scoring here in this one here in game 2 of 2. And the time of the goal, I'm going to say at 3:28, and I'm going to look to L2D2, so the 6. So John Busick here has an assist here, and Fred Stanfield. So McKenzie from the Chief and Fred Stanfield here at 3:28 into period 2. Boston scoring in the power play. 3 more minutes come off the clock here now, just past minute 7. There will be a chance here to tie for the 83 Boston Bruins. Player B, Barry Peterson. Peterson has it in the slot, and it's going to be a rebound. Let's see the rebound. It says 4 for the shooter, and the rebound rating for Johnston is 3. So Barry Peterson here, a few minutes after A few minutes after John McKenzie opens up the scoring, it is Peterson tying the game here at 1. It was a 1-1 tie through 40 for game 1. So let's see here. 31, so here at 6:31, just about 3 minutes and 3 seconds after, exactly 3:03 after, I think. Peterson from, I'm going to look to L1D2. It's going to be Peterson from Middleton and D2 Milbury. So Peterson from Middleton and Milbury picking up like his second assist, at least, if not more, in this so far. Anyway, let's get back to it. So we're halfway through the game now, and with the 51 possibly, let's see if we get a fight here. I've probably said in the take that got cut that if too much fightiness comes up, I guess, to use a hockey guy term, sort of, I'm just going to be the official scorer, like Gardner would do, and just say no, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to get into too much penalty mess here. But anyway, the Z2 and the 5, so that's going to make Boston. It's going to render them exempt. You know what? Let's have John McKenzie throw down with Bruce Crowder. Why not? We're just going to continue playing 5-5 anyway. And how I play it as well, I don't keep flipping. So should a scoring chance arise for either of these two players in the next handful, I will disallow it, basically, is what I will do. So, all right. Anyway, hopefully that's visible. All right, just noticing that now. Anyway, so here, we're just going to play as normal, 5-5. 2 minutes come off the clock here, 73, no chance for either team. Either the 83 Bruins or the 71 Bruins. Another pair comes off the clock. With the 84, it will be a chance for the 71 installment. Player I, that is Fred Stanfield. Stanfield from the face-off circle. Rebound here. Peters with the rebound rating of 6. If it is a 6, I do a 50-50. 6 from the right defenseman, so... Which right defenseman? So how I do this, I'm going to go 1-33 visitor and 34, 1-36 visitor. I'm going to look at these two numbers here. This is a 2d6 equivalent. I go 11, my goodness. I have to remind myself how I do this. The next flip, 11-36 visitor and 41-66 home. So basically what I do is I knock that rebound rating of a 6 back to a 5.5, technically. That's it's a house rule, as they would say. And a 43, so that is going to be a goal here. Boston going ahead, the 71 Boston Bruins here. And I guess I have to flip, actually, to see which right defenseman. So I'm looking at D2 here, so I guess it's Don Orey. Don Orey here at 13:32. Yes. Yeah, knocking in the rebound. And the chance, Orey from Fred Stanfield, and so I'm going to flip and get one more assist again. I'm improvising here a little bit. McKenzie is ineligible. I'm going to do one more flip here. Orey and Stanfield. So it was meant to be Orey and Stanfield all along. Just Orey from Stanfield, single assist goal here, just past the 14-minute mark of period, or 13-minute mark of period 2. 2 more minutes come off the clock now. So after minute 16, no scoring chance for either team. And 17... And there could be a penalty to the 71 Boston Bruins. I'm looking to the VZ2. I'm pretty sure there is. Yep, so it's going to be for the next pair. The 83 Bruins looking to tie. They get a scoring chance here in the power play in the opening minute. Chance here to tie for player D. Player D is Tom Ferguson, line 2. Fergus from the face-off circle. And this one's a competitive one. They have tied it here late in period 2. So, Tom Fergus here with the marker. Let's see. Fergus at 17:57 from L2D2, I'm looking. From Luc Dufour. And Fergus again, but it's in the power play. I'm definitely going to... Okay, but again, I'm just looking to Fergus and Dufour. Lone assist goal in the power play, sure. At 17:57, Fergus from Dufour. If I didn't say it already in this take, I don't have a score sheet or anything. I'm just going to announce stuff as it happens. And this is just for fun. This isn't part of a bigger project or anything like that. It's a 2-off. If I didn't add that already. Anyway, we're back to 5-on-5 here to close out the second, unless, no, that's 2 off the clock here. Let's see if we get anything. 78, and if this is not a 0 minute, which it is not, we are into second intermission. And actually, since I think of things to say while I'm shuffling, and then I turn on the camera again, and I'm like, if anything comes to me, of course, now that I have it turned on while I'm shuffling, nothing will. But I guess I was going to say there that through 40, much like in the first game, the 83 Bruins have held their own. And so we'll see if we get an outcome like Game 1, even though this time the 83 Bruins held their own, but this time the 71 Bruins are at home. When the 71 Bruins were on the road, they really took over nonetheless in period 3. and really sort of imbalanced the hockey game there until very late at the tail end when I allowed a bit of a goal fest, perhaps past the final buzzer. Whatever, it was dramatic, it was fun, and I'm pretty sure that it was something that Gardner himself would have permitted. And so that's why, even though I was reluctant there initially, I just let it go on. So, okay, let's try to get this done though in well under half an hour and just wrap it up and nicely, go back to our days. Dave's probably asleep actually. Anyway, trying to reduce the amount of ums in videos. So here for period 3, just a minute off the clock here to commence things, and 39. That's no scoring chance for either team. Keep in mind as well that the 83 Bruins do have to win by at least 2 in order to at least tie for this here best of 2, most goals scored and or least goals allowed. Anyway, 3 more coming off the clock here. We're up to, that's minute 1 plus 3 equals 4. And with the 2, we're going to get a scoring chance here for the 83 Bruins. The 83 Bruins and player C. Player C is Keith Crowder. Keith Crowder has it in the slot. Keith Crowder has put the 83 Boston Bruins ahead here. He scored! Sorry, my voice there. For a number of reasons. I'm tired. I used my voice a lot yesterday with clients, and the air conditioner is blasting, and so I just don't have it. I'm surprised I'm actually even able to do this, so sorry for the screech. Keith Crowder has scored here. Let's get the time of the goal. It is, I'd kill my voice if I tried it again. Crowder here at 3:50, and so I'm looking at L2D2 as well. Crowder from Craig McTavish and Peter McNabb. Yes, Crowder from McTavish and McNabb here at 3:50. And look at that, they're up 3-2. Okay, you know me, I like to, especially if it doesn't involve Montreal or a team that I'm rooting for whatever reason. I just like it to be close, like this. So, 2 more coming off the clock here, just past minute 6 of period 3. With the 33, its scoring chances are not received by either team here, so we advance another minute. With the 29, there's no scoring chance. Another minute coming off the clock here, just past minute 8 here. Penalty to the 83 Bruins, quite possibly. Let's see here with the YX2. I see the X2s here, so... that could be a dagger, because again, Boston really, they just kind of have to somewhat tread water here, I guess, on the scoreboard, if that makes any sense. Just not lose by too much. So the first minute of the power play, that's going to be a shorthanded chance here, though. Just past minute 9, the shorty, it's going to be player A. Middleton. Again, this is a house rule, but the R penalty rating. Middleton is eligible for this chance shorthanded, and Esposito has scored a shorthanded one in this 2-part series, but Middleton will not be able. I don't think the 83 Bruins got a shorty here. So anyway, and in the next minute with the 60, that's not going to be a scoring chance. So at least they've managed to kill the power play, and 3 more coming off the clock here. The 83 Bruins running out of time, though, to win by enough. With the 24, that is not a scoring chance for the 83 Bruins. We take another minute off here. And 51, my goodness, a penalty be late. You know what? I'm going to overlook it. It's in the final 10. So let's just play on. We'll assume no scoring chance either side, which is true anyway. 2 more minutes coming off the clock here, just past minute 16. With the 35, that's no chance either way. 2 more coming off the clock here once more. And with a 53 penalty at home, again, it's just too close to the end of the game. So I'm just going to keep the whistle in the pocket, as they would say. I'm going to be Chris Lee here. And let's see here. My goodness. They're all lumped together, stuck together, all these penalty flips, all these penalty cards. I'm going to assume, though, that they have... See, this is weird, because they're up in the game, but they need to win by at least 2. So I guess they've pulled Pete Peters. And let's get another flip here and see what we get. Now we're going to get an empty net goal. An empty net goal. So sorry to kill the drama here late. I guess before I forget, I should change the score. So we are tied at 3 here. I'm going to save just past minute 19 here. 19:45. Maybe knock that back to 18:45. And player P on the Boston Bruins is Ted Green. So Ted Green, and look to L2D2. Green is on D2. R5, that's John Busick here picking up another assist, and 6. So Green from Busick, 1 assist for an empty net goal, seems fine. And let's see what we get. Okay, 1 minute, and yeah. And if this is not, no, this is not a 0, and another empty net goal anyway. So the 71 Bruins have already won this series, but it was close. It was close. They only won it by a pair. Here it was a tie game through 60 after 2, but unfortunately, again, because the 71 Bruins won the first one, I'm just going to say, because again, even if you were to say, okay, we'll allow an OT and see who can score the next goal, they would still be losing by one. So there you have it. Again, congratulations on 1,000 subs. And yeah, it gave me a great opportunity, I guess, a good little chance here to play a couple more games of shootout hockey for the first time in a while. So I never know how to wrap these up. I never think about how I'm going to end them before I start them. But again, I think that congratulations is due, and it's in order. Not only to Dave Gardner, but to Ron Juckett as well. And yeah, this was a game that the Bruins couldn't lose. All right. Again, here's to 1,000 more subs, many more videos. And also, I remember one time actually during one of your lengthy live streams, Dave, you talked about, I'm pretty sure that you were quoting, you were referencing, you were explaining something that your father had told you about the circle, about life going in circles, and sometimes you're in the top half of the top, I guess, part of the circle, and other times, you're in the bottom. I'm not going to explain it like he did and like you did, because, I wasn't there. I mean, I was there to hear it, but you know what I mean. So here's hoping whatever part I can see, given what you said in this morning's 1,000 subs video, that you might feel in some ways like you're up here and in other ways down here. But here's hoping that, the circle does continue to turn and you find your way into good fortune here again as soon as possible. And again, it's 1,000 subs, very well deserved. And another thing that I was going to say, actually, I might have mentioned this in a video or two before, but when I started this channel, the night that I started it, there were two people who I reached out to. I wanted to keep it on the DL early. I still, in some regards, like to keep it on the DL now. I'm hoping that there's room to improve and I get better at this as I go. Still, I've still, relative to someone like Gardner, I've not been doing this for very long, but I was going to say that, yeah, the night that I decided to start this channel, I reached out to two people and two people only. The Jason, because he changes the name of his channel often. Right now, I think Jason's channel, and you should know, those in the community, I think, should know who I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure that Jason's channel is now simply Jason. So I reached out to Jason, and the other individual I reached out to, just to notify that, hey, I'm starting a channel, can you come and take a look at it, let me, give me some feedback, was Dave Gardner. And so thank you very much for that, Dave. All right, that's enough out of me for the time being. Bye for now.